to 202. Which lady will it be this year, Carolyn Dorin-Ballard or Kelly-Kulick? Carolyn Dorin-Ballard as the top seed. As we said earlier, if she would lose this match, they will bowl another match. There's a look at her strengths, accuracy, and mental toughness. Weakness, pressures herself.
Yes, she does. People wouldn't think that, but she does put a lot of pressure on herself, and I think a lot of that has to do with 4 years in a row of being runner-up bowler of the year. You expect a lot out of yourself.
I can't imagine being runner-up 4 years in a row.
I could only imagine.
Well, that's better.
But that's also something to be very proud of. If you can do something like that consistently 4 years in a row, that's something to be proud of.
Kelly-Kulick, first event as a professional, and she definitely looks like the veteran National Collegiate Team champion for Morehead State University.
Right lane again, coming up a little bit high. We also found out with her weakness, besides the lack of pro experience, but her strength, focus and concentration, and she shows that. Every match she bowls, she's very, very focused. You don't really see her talking or going off to the side. She really stays within herself. That definitely has a lot to do with why she's so talented.
Also talked a bit about her leg strength.
Oh, she's a very strong young lady.
Well, she wanted to be a pro, but how long has Kelly-Kulick wanted to be a pro?
My 5th grade teacher, Miss Hoffman, took a poll one day and asked all the students what they would like to be when they grew up. And in 5th grade, I knew back then that I wanted to be a pro bowler. So right underneath my 5th grade picture, it says Kelly-Kulick, pro bowler.
We need a copy of that picture, and we need to put it on air. It was certainly accurate.
I wish she had told us that sooner. I could have called her mother and told her to bring the photo. That would have been great. What a great story.
Oh, and high again. A tough break, 4-7-10.
Now that didn't look too bad, but right at the end.
Last second.
This condition was very unforgiving, first of all, but as you can see right there at the end, takes a little jump. Now she has the 4-7-10 to contend with. But did you notice that also? The lanes were unforgiving. And even when you thought you threw a pretty good shot,
right,
you had to really adjust yourself.
Very tough. And
yes.
Pair to pair. And
oh my God.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Well, let's do it all in our first event. Don't mess around. Just get right out there. Pick up the 4-7-10.
Picture perfect, slides it right over. And watch her reaction. Do I have it? Yes. She's not going down easy.
No, she's not. And she's sitting there right now, I think, going, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Meanwhile, Carolyn Dorin-Ballard opened with a strike and a little light, leaving a 7-pin.
Which is good, because that's the more hooking lane. So light is good. Picks up her plastic ball. Another girl, the majority of the girls throw plastic balls at their spares, which I think is a great tip for an up-and-coming professional.
Aye. Oh my. I could see that halfway down the lane. It was starting to back off. It actually backed up.
Yeah, hit the conditioner, slid right by it. Now from that angle, it looks perfect.
Thought she had it all the way.
But right there, just keeps going. Hits the oil and just keeps sliding. She can't believe it.
And that's what happens when you use the plastic ball, so you don't get a lot of hook, but you expect it to continue to go in the same direction and not hit a block and back off.
Well, at least the plastic ball, the moral behind that is you know where it's going straight. And that's Carolyn, comes right back with a strike. Now, Jan, you and Carolyn have something in common. You've both been Queens tournament leader, undefeated. Yes. What is she thinking? What were you thinking?
Well, when I did it, I didn't have the luxury of having 2 times to lose. I had to win that time, and I was thinking, quite frankly, this may be my only chance, so I better win. And as it turned out, it was, so good thing I did.
But you bowled fantastic that year, and that was 1993, Baton Rouge.
Well, Carolyn is just thinking get it over with now, actually. She doesn't want to go to that second game, though.
And I don't blame her. I don't think Kelly does either, though. Well, she would have to.
She would have to,
Yeah.
either way.
Kelly has the... Well, let's
Ooh.
see. What does she have? The lane's going crazy.
She had a 610, and apparently the machine didn't like it, so it just swept it, decided to keep on going.
Unfortunately, she has to shoot at it.
Well, while they're trying to take care of the equipment problems, we're going to leave. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We're in that championship match. 9 p.m. from St. Clair Bowl in Fairview Heights, Illinois. ESPN2 is the home of the best in professional women's bowling for the next 12 weeks, so be sure to check the PWBA website for dates and times. That's www.pwba.com, or check your local listing. They'll help you out. Kelly-Kulick now leads by 19 pins as she steps up in the 6th frame. Her maximum score would be 265 if she takes it off the sheet with all strikes. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, max score 246.
And Kelly going high on the left lane, leaving the 6th pin.
So if you don't understand it, for those of you at home, that is how we're calculating the plus or minus. Kelly leads by 19 before that shot because her max score was 265. Carolyn's max score was 246. Difference of 19 pins. So that's how we're doing it, just so you can follow along at home. Kelly-Kulick going to convert the 6 pin.
Kelly is not only a student, but she also coached 12 years at the Dick Richards bowling camps. She also said that she retains more when she's coaching somebody else than when she's being coached.
And I believe that that's true.
I do too. I totally agree with. Proud of you. Than when someone's telling you.
It's all things a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Coaching. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard in the 6th frame. Ooh, light again. 245.
She may have to make an adjustment.
WIBC big sponsors, and this is their event. Roseanne Kuhn, the executive director of the Women's International Bowling Congress, on hand. A great supporter of the PWBA and women's bowling.
And a great lady.
Yes, she is.
Spare maker telling us how to shoot the 245. Common leave when you come up light. She takes the plastic ball right at it. Perfect.
Now, Carolyn was pretty actually disgusted at the end of last year after being runner-up for the 4th year, and she said for the first time she really did not even want to bowl.
No, she actually said she was a little distraught because she was so close again to being Player of the Year, wound up getting runner-up, and she took a little bit of time off, and now she said, after taking a little bit of a breather, I feel refreshed. And of course, she comes out once again and proves that taking a little breather isn't such a bad thing, leading the Queens. Hardest tournament, I believe, to lead and win. And she comes back with a great shot. 5-step approach, solid at the line, really came through that one. Perfect, 10 in the pit. No doubt about it. Did she like it? What do you think?
You asking me? Absolutely. She loved it. Kelly-Kulick, we mentioned, a graduate of Moorhead State. She graduated with a degree in physical ed and health ed, K through 12. Very athletic lady.
Yes. Coming up high again on the right lane, leaving the 3-6-10. One thing we want to point out is when she did her interview, let's take a look at her real quick. She comes up a little high, jumps. Lucky that the 7-pin actually got tapped. And this is how you can make the 3-6-10, which isn't an easy spare.
The arrow obviously being where the ball needs to go.
Yes.
The ball will hit the 3, 6, and the 10 pin ideally.
Perfect shot.
Or the 6 will hit the 10. But if you're